Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, human beings of all ages, welcome to Vibrations with Vito. I am your host, Vito. This is episode 26. Here on the show, we love the number 26. Shout out to retired NHL star Martin St. Louis, legend of the Tampa Bay Lightning. A while ago, I was probably 11 or 12. It was the Flyers versus the Lightning, and he threw me a puck, and he also gave me his tape that he used for his stick. So shout out to Martin St. Louis. Episode 26. I am available on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all under the name Vibrations with Vito. So tell a friend, make sure you check them out. I'm having a blast so far. The message for the week is simple. Lead with love. There's not enough love in the world, and I think everything could change with some love. It's just easy. Treat people how you want to be treated. Lead with love, and I think it could make a difference. Okay. I have a special guest here with me today. She is a local celebrity, and this is true. She is, well, let's keep it 1,000. She brings the energy wherever she goes. The life of the party, you might say. Maybe one of the best dancers I've ever met in my entire life. She's a comedian in her own respect. If you don't know who I'm talking to, or excuse me, how I'm talking about, the one and only Claudia Martha.
Hey!
How are you?
Oh my goodness, you're too nice to me.
Am I?
You're too nice to me.
I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah, no, I like the sunglasses.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're $10,000. That's what we say on the show, but they're really like $100.
Yeah, and Ray-Bans.
Out of zero. How are you?
I'm good today. You know, it's Friday.
Hey.
We love that you record on Fridays.
Yes.
It's always a good feel.
Yes. I appreciate you coming on the show, taking the time on your busy schedule. All right, do you have a busy schedule?
Yeah, getting back to being busy again, but I like it that way.
Okay, all right. So, we have known each other for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, the age of 5, correct? Kindergarten?
Yeah, 5, kindergarten.
Mm-hmm. You have lived in your same house that you, right? So we live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, my parents built that house when they were, like, younger than us. So that's crazy.
Yeah, my parents, I think, well, they had that house built. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my street is the first street in our neighborhood that was built. Yeah.
Wow.
So shout out to our section. We're not going to shout them out because we don't want to get, kidnapped or anything. Yeah, we don't need that.
I don't need
but
that.
Shout out to that. So one more time, shout out to you. Thanks for coming on. This is going to be good. There's not many people in the world that can match my energy, and you are certainly one of those.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know you said that I was a comedian, and I was like,
you make me laugh. You do.
Oh my goodness.
You make me laugh.
Yeah. Some people say unconventionally funny. I don't know what that means.
I don't like that. They're trying to be slick, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like that. How does it feel to be the life of the party? What's the word? Is it difficult? Is it difficult being the life of the party?
I don't know. I've never seen myself as like
Outside
that way
yourself.
or doing that. I think that I just like to have a good time, and I like everyone else to have a good time around me and feel good. So maybe that's where that comes from, sort of that. Okay. I definitely stepped out of my shell more kind of post-college. I mean, I always was a good vibe and everything, but definitely in that sense. But I think it just comes from just wanting to make sure everybody's having a good time and everybody's collectively.
You do that well.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Thanks.
It doesn't matter if it's like a going away party or a birthday party. Mm-hmm. The energy's there, and you are the same. That's a big thing I respect about you. Is you're the same no matter what, no matter the setting, or you know what I mean. You don't really show if you're having a bad day or anything like that, and that's very important, especially in today. Like I don't like letting people know when I'm upset, but sometimes you can't control it. But you are very good at always being the person that I know you to be. So that's
positive.
Good. Yeah,
I like bringing out a positive energy and a positive
vibration.
A vibration with Vito. Oh my goodness,
I
a
like
play
that.
on words, if you
I
will.
like that. Okay, I'm very thirsty. So you're not a would you say you're a wine kind of girl or no?
I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really a big drinker. Like, I'll drink when we go out.
We don't believe you.
Yeah, you don't believe it. He's like, I've seen you drunk many a time. But I'll drink when I go out. But other than that, no. Like, on a Tuesday, no. Like, I'll just drink water. A little lemon, a little lemonade, maybe.
So, ooh, that's a good question. So when you go to like a diner or anything, you want the lemon in your water?
Yeah, why is it dirty?
No. I'm not saying it's dirty. I'm just saying sometimes I don't want it in there. I
don't want the lemon?
And they just assume everybody wants it.
You can say no lemon.
And I do.
Yeah.
I do. When I don't want it, I'm like, no lemon, please.
Yeah.
But
I know, it'd save them money if they stopped chopping it
Right,
up, right?
right.
Little
Shout out to the lemon.
10 cents.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your volume up. It is time for the pour. One.
The bubbles are the best part.
This is a little more bubbly than usual. Because of the type of wine. So you said get something very sweet.
Sweet is more my thing.
Okay, so this is Moscato. I think it's like the sweetest you can get.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not my personal favorite. It is very good, though. It's very easy to drink. It kind of looks like champagne.
And what would you say is your personal favorite?
Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio. Yeah.
Wait a minute, don't do that. I thought you were about to take a sip.
No, I was just looking. I was gonna cheers. We can cheers.
We're about to. So thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Episode 26. It's very tasty.
That is good. That is good.
So yeah, we don't shout out the brands here, but we shout out the type of wine. So I consistently get this brand though.
Yeah.
It's
just I'll make a mental note.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, so you said this before we even got in this setting. You said that you're bad with directions.
Oh.
And that's something we
Terrible.
share in common. When I don't know where I'm going, I feel like I have never driven a car before. I'm like, oh, what street? Like, I need the GPS, I need the directions. I start getting overwhelmed. So, what? Tell me how
oh
you
my
are.
goodness. Let's just say, I wouldn't say that I'm a bad driver, but some people do say that because, like, when you go the wrong way on the New Jersey Turnpike, like opposing direction, when you go, then people start to say that. You know,
I would say that.
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I had to go and do something. I had a couple people in the car, and I turned on. It was there wasn't clear signs. Okay, there wasn't clear signs. I turned the wrong way onto the New Jersey Turnpike, and I noticed when the cars were coming towards me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna pass away. So, but then I just put the blinkers on, went into the one lane. Good thing it wasn't that busy. And then I just like backed up on the New Jersey Turnpike, screaming the whole time until we got back to the thing, and then turned around. But that's why I think it's good that I drive a yellow bug, because the fact that I'm not the best driver, supposedly, people
Allegedly,
people usually give me a break. I feel like because of that, no one's expecting you to drive well if you're driving a yellow Volkswagen Beetle.
you're profiling here.
I'm profiling myself.
Yeah, no.
I always say, I'm like driving, I do something wrong, and I'm like, it is what it looks like. It is just me. Give me a break. And no one usually honks. So I feel like that's good.
Have you ever been in a car accident?
Yeah. But it wasn't.
Your fault?
No, it wasn't
That's
my
good.
fault. And it was in high school. So it was like a
long time
month
ago.
after I got my license.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I was going to pick up Caitlin.
Shout
Obviously.
out to Caitlin.
Shout out to Caitlin. Hey, girl.
I think she's a fan of the show.
Yeah, I'll send it to her. Shout out to, and Noelle was in the back seat, thank goodness, and someone just
Oh my god.
totaled my sister's car because I didn't have a car yet. Yeah.
Your parents were probably like, maybe we shouldn't let Claudia drive.
Yeah, no, they were more worried. They're like, you're fine. I was like, maybe I'm not.
Oh, that's rough. I've been in a few. I think 2. One was my fault. One was not my fault. The one that was my fault, I hit Dan.
Oh gosh.
Which was great
Yeah.
because I almost so I hydroplaned
Oh,
for a
jeez.
very long distance, like a long distance enough where me and Greg had a full conversation. I was like, bro, the brakes don't work. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, what did I just say? The brakes don't work. And he's like, are you pressing them? I'm like, yeah, I'm pressing them. So I'm sitting there going
See him
like
do
this, and they're not working. It was raining. and Dan was in front, and Amir was in his car to the side. Shout out to Amir, shout out to Dan, shout out to Greg. And I had no choice. I was like, I had a small chance of maybe splitting the gap, but then I would have been in the middle of traffic, and I didn't like that. So I was like, I'm gonna hit Dan. And I hit Dan instead.
Yeah. He got over it, clearly.
No, his car wasn't even that bad. My mechanic popped his dent out, and we called it a day. My shit was
Messed
fucked up. Yeah, excuse me, pardon my language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the other one. I'm not gonna get in that story because.
Whatever. But yeah, what are some other things that you would say you're not the best at? Like mine is driving and spelling. I feel like I can do pretty much. Ooh, I hit the mic.
You can't spell? You don't?
Oh, still not.
You don't remember Sparkle? You weren't good at Sparkle?
I was terrible at Sparkle.
You are so smart. You still are smart.
Other than that, it's embarrassing.
Oh,
no, I can't spell to an embarrassing level. It just doesn't make sense.
Can I put you on a spot?
No.
Okay, I won't do that to you.
No, because I'm going to get it wrong. It's going to be embarrassing.
I believe
like, you know when we took the Terra Novas in school? This is going to be really revealing for me.
No, good.
We had, I found when I was cleaning out stuff during the pandemic, when I moved back home after, like, college got canceled in the middle of last semester, and I'm cleaning out stuff, I find a paper. I had, because I always did pretty good in school, 98, 99, 96, perfect scores. Spelling, 27.
A 27?
Out of 100.
Oh. Were you just not
and
focused?
Then another one, 14. Yeah, it was probably the whole thing with not being diagnosed for having ADHD yet. But,
You think that has something to do with spelling? No?
Well, maybe I just
Where's
can't.
the correlation?
Maybe I just can't.
I loved Sparkle. So I'm not trying to put you down.
Yeah.
I was a really good speller.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I think you were always good at math, would you say?
I was pretty good at math.
And I was bad at math.
And I'm reading. I'm pretty good at reading, but just not spelling.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna get into that. You're really good at reading. Don't worry.
Oh.
But yeah, I just I don't remember you being bad at spelling. But clearly, you weren't bad enough where they were like, maybe we should keep you in this grade again.
No, but they did take me out of honors math after 4th grade. So
because of your spelling.
So I can focus more on spelling.
That's a bunch of bull jive.
But it's okay. Whatever.
Those teachers, looking back on them, some of them shouldn't have been in the position they were in.
Nobody should have been a teacher. Oh.
There's a few.
Maybe if they watch a few of you.
No, there was a few.
Click on the pod.
Please.
I'm not insulting anybody here.
Our fifth and sixth grade year in our grade school was probably maybe the 2 funnest years I had in school. The teachers were great. What'd you say?
I don't remember it that much.
Really?
No.
So those years to me were like the golden years. I felt like so close together with everybody. We knew we were closing down. The 6th grade year especially, we kind of did whatever. I remember. Here we go. Here's a fun story. So shout out to Trevor. But so our 6th grade year, he sat in front of me almost every class, and I'm just gonna break it down for someone who doesn't know him. He is the smartest person that you've never met if you haven't met him. But so I've met him, you've met him. He's extremely smart. So in specific classes, he would get done his test maybe 10 minutes into the class, and then he would take his paper and just literally just give it to me. He would give me the test.
Oh, it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter. He would give me the test. Trust me that I'm not gonna blow up the spot.
Good guy.
And I would sit there and be like, take my time too. I'd be like, all right, this one's C. All right, this one's B. And we would get the same grades almost. And then towards the end, I was getting a couple wrong on purpose because I was like, we can't always get 100. I was like, let me get a 92 today. But so shout out to Trevor because that was our last year. In 6th grade, that was when that was happening because I don't know, she either was just not paying attention or nobody cared because we were closing down anyway.
Yeah.
But so shout out to Trevor. Shout out to St. Francis Cabrini. That was a great time. We could have stayed open, but it is what it is.
Yeah, whatever. Is there anything you're not good at that you would say?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I kind of disregarded that question. I'm not good at doing stuff for the first time.
Oh.
It depends what it is specifically, but I think I get in my own head about that. So, let's say, I don't know, cooking. Let's say I didn't know how to cook something for the first time. I am so nervous about messing it up that I get in my own head and I'm like, oh, you don't know how to do this at all. And then I'm like, oh, what's next? Do we put the salt next? So then I get in my own head and I kind of mess up things for the first time. But then once you show me how to do something, I'm such a visual person that I wouldn't need you to show me again. anything. Like when I was helping Greg dismantle his house, I was like, it was the demolition. All you gotta do is mess stuff up. And I was like, is this too much? And he was like, dude, hit it. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I was just nervous. Like, doing things for the first time gives me major anxiety, so I feel like I don't know how to do stuff.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is. What else? What would I say I'm not good at? Talking in front of people.
Which is ironic. I feel like you're pretty good. You like to chat.
There's nobody here, though.
Yeah, but there's somebody. I guess not right now.
No. Shout out to Dina. She is a little busy tonight. She was going to make an appearance, but it is okay. She will be back in the studio in no time. Shout out to Dina, though. Yeah, queen, for real.
Queen.
Much love, Dina. But her, though, I'm super comfortable with her. So her behind the camera was no big deal. But if there was, like, 7 people here, I'd get nervous. Like, my hands would be sweating. Every presentation we did in school, I would always be so nervous. I remember one specific, I'll never forget this presentation. It was 3rd grade. We had to make, like, a solar system visual, I guess. So I did, like, a shoebox. Shout out to my sister Phil, she kind of did the whole thing. 'Cause she's artistic and I'm not. And I did Venus. So I had to, like, represent Venus and whatever. But so, shout out to Miss Tricklio. When I was doing the presentation, my knees were shaking so violently.
I feel like I remember that.
And I could, see what I mean? Like, so, but someone might not know I'm nervous, but I'm extremely nervous. So talking in front of people, I'm not good at. I would say I'm not good at it. Maybe I am good at it, but in my head, I'm not good at it. So
you overthink before it happens.
Oh, yeah. I'm the worst overthinker, I think, ever.
Definitely. Yeah, I did Pluto for that project. But now Pluto's not really a plan anymore. They wonder why we're all messed up, like our generation. I'm just saying. They wonder why. But then we were in, like, kindergarten, and they were like, okay, Pluto's a planet. So, like, 1st grade, 2nd, Pluto's a planet. All of a sudden, one day they just come into school, and they're like, yeah, no, it's not a planet anymore.
Like,
what? Who are we supposed to trust? You know?
Yeah, they're lying. They've been lying.
No, they lie.
And now it's a dwarf planet? And like, what does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it's like it just means it's kind of like a smaller.
Yeah, dog, leave it as a planet.
It's so far away. Who cares?
Right, who's gone there?
Yeah.
Have we ever gone there?
No, nobody's gone there.
So leave it. Why can't it be? What would it have been? The 8th planet or the 9th? I don't know. This is where Dina would be great, because I'd be like, Dina, can you Google that?
I think it's the 9th, but I don't want to sound dumb. Okay, next topic.
Yeah, we're plowing ahead here. Okay, so tell the people what you currently do. What do you do for a living?
Okay, so I work for the tourism department in Bucks County. And
huge flex. Huge flex.
And I get to do different types of like social media stuff. So TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And then we're actually going to start a podcast. There is a podcast, but I'm taking it over.
Nice.
Yeah, so interviewing different people, like local businesses and people in the area. Dope. Yeah, so it's really cool. So I do all of the shooting, editing, producing, posting, meetings, digital, like setting up everything. I do all of that. So it's really, really cool. I used to work in news up in Scranton. It wasn't really my vibe. And then I was able to get this job and move back home, and I'm so fortunate for it. So
plug the social media. The Instagram is like Visit Bucks County, PA or something.
Oh yeah, it's just Visit Bucks, PA.
Bucks, PA.
Yeah, so it's the tourism department of Bucks County. We run contests all the time that are super cool. You can go, everyone that grew up in Bucks County, you're like, what am I gonna do here? It's boring. I know, I was one of those people. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's cool.
So that's kind of cool, because I'm pretty sure my cousins in Italy are coming in December, and I was kind of like, what am I going to show them? Because I'm almost positive that my cousin Salvatore, who just got married, he's never been to America ever. So I was like, what do I show them besides New York City? And now we got a page that I can resort to. And like, listen, I know her very well.
Yeah, New Hope, some things like that. Yeah.
So how did you apply to that, or?
Yeah. So when I was working in news, I decided this wasn't just really for me, and I was not doing really good mentally up there and everything, just because I was by myself. I wasn't really like my job or what I did, and it had a lot of negative connotations, and it was very, very, very like busy all the time and seeing a lot of stuff that I didn't want to see, you know, death and destruction, how the news is. And then I started applying to different places. Yeah, it is. I started applying to different places in the home area, Philly, Bucks County. And I saw a post for this on LinkedIn, and it said content creator and YouTube host. And from what their description was, it seemed like something I'd be interested in. So I applied. They got back to me. I had a first interview, and then I had a second, and then I had to make a video, submit it, and then I had another interview, and then I ended up getting it. And it was pretty cool because I'm the one that's starting the position, so I can do whatever I really want with it, and we're kind of working together.
So it really is your...
Yeah, it's my job.
That's great.
And then at the end of September, they're sending me to Vid Summit in California, which is so cool. Yeah, and I've never been to California. That'll be the farthest that I've been. Nice. So pretty cool. So I'll be there for about a week, getting to learn from different YouTubers and content people. And all.
That's great. Literally, shout out to them, shout out to you. Yeah. You're a very good speaker, so it kind of makes sense. Do you feel that way, or do you feel like that you just... This is the way you are. Like,
I feel like growing up, also, I was always good. People always say, "Oh, you talk too much." I always got, "Oh, great at school, great at doing her thing, talks too much." Got S's in behavior for talking. They're like, "It's not that she's bad; it's just that she chats." So I think that, and then plus, I have a journalism degree and a minor in theater from Temple, so I learned a lot there, and and practiced through that.
Okay. So the news thing. I think the N in news stands for negative because everything, it's like, it'll be like, let's say there's 50 stories they cover, it's like 48 of them are all negative, and they're like, hey, this old lady turned 108 today, and they're like, oh, wow, nice. But so you saw death? You saw
all the time. All the time. One of my most like memorable stories was, it was a week before I left, and I'm standing in the pouring rain an hour away in this other town, like this town an hour away from where I lived up in Scranton, and it's pouring down rain. It's freezing cold. It was April. And I look at my one friend that worked at another station. I was like, oh, my goodness, what is going on? There's cop cars everywhere. We knew it was a murder, but we didn't know what happened. The girl was sliced up with a sword.
A sword?
A sword. Oh. We find that out from the neighbors and everything.
Is this the Legend of Zelda?
And then we're there until midnight. You know, you see all your friends hanging out, whatever. It's Friday night, and you're there. But that wasn't even the whole thing. If I loved it, it would be one thing. Yeah, saw a couple bodies, body bags, fires. It was rough. But then the really good moments made it worth it. But again, I just felt like we were constantly posting things. It bleeds, it leads type. And I didn't want to be putting that energy out into the world.
Kind of contradicts everything you stand for.
Yeah, it really did. I didn't want to do news originally. I think when I was going into doing media production and everything like that, I did a creative services internship at 6ABC, and then I did news internship at NBC 10, but then the pandemic hit, and there wasn't really jobs in the media field, in producing and everything. My original plan was to go to New York, but, you know, things fall apart because of the pandemic.
To pursue news in New York?
No, to pursue, like, maybe production assistant at things like Saturday Night Live and everything. Yeah. So I was going to do production assistant at NBC 10 for the summer because they said that I could stay on and then try to get something there. But, you know, life has different plans. Pandemic happened. Got a job. That was a job. But here I am, and I'm grateful for it because I learned so many skills that I'm utilizing now and utilize in the future.
Right. I think you feel, would you say you feel more comfortable when you are speaking or doing something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
When did you think you realized that the news wasn't for you? When it was just too much negative stuff, or?
It was like 3 weeks in.
Oh boy.
I realized right away. But news contracts are weird, and so I ended up staying there for 1 year and 4 months. And I also really wanted to give it my all. I didn't want to think, oh, this is just too stressful. I'm far away from my family and friends, and I wanted to get used to that. But then I slowly realized kind of what I value in life, and I was thinking about it would mean a lot more to me to be closer to my friends and family and be able to do things and experience life in that sense. Because for me, it was wake up every morning. I worked nights, and I'd wake up, and then I would just think about news the entire night, and like the entire day from when I woke up. In my first 6 months, I worked fully on weekends and didn't really. And the friends that I made up there, I appreciate so much. Right. I have a few of them, and I still talk to them, but it just wasn't really it for me. But I'm happy because it led to where I am right now, and I'm really happy right now.
Is that how you got the verified check on Twitter?
Yes.
Nice. So shout out to them.
I know. I need to get back into my Twitter. I got locked out last week. I'm like bad with that stuff. I got locked out of my Facebook too.
Well, good thing you didn't get hacked, because that's a common trend now. People are getting hacked. Yeah, on Instagram.
On Instagram.
You're not getting those random messages from people you know. They're like, hey, can you help me sponsor this, or I made $10,000 off Bitcoin. All you got to do is send me 100. You never seen any of that?
I've seen that, but not from people I've known recently.
Oh, so I've got a whole bunch.
Oh, wow.
And it's from people that I know, and I'm not going to say any names, but it's just like, if you sent me a message like that,
you text me.
I would call you.
Yeah.
I would not even text you. I would call you and be like, this is for real? Like, who did you go through? I wouldn't do it off of Instagram.
No.
But it is what it is. Life is a lesson. You live and you learn, So, but it's a common trend. People are getting their Instagram hacked.
Yeah, hacks are crazy. They can.
Because, like, what do you do? What do they benefit off of that? The people who are hacking? Like, would you?
They can hold people's information. They can probably get in through different things. Like, we had a really bad hack at my old job, the company that I worked for in news, and they were withholding a lot of information. It shut down a bunch of our different resources. They had to delete a bunch of things. We had no file footage. We had no even access. A lot of the stations weren't even allowed to air any. It had blank screens for days because of that. Because it was people from a different country,
hobby.
not even in the country. So it was harder to pinpoint. Holding it for ransom for money because they wanted money. But get a hobby. I don't know.
One more question about the news here.
Yeah.
What's crazy? I lost it. Oh wait, no, I found it and lost it again. Isn't that crazy? Okay, if it comes back to me, I'll ask you.
Okay.
You said something earlier about California would be the farthest you've traveled.
Yeah, I've never been out of the country.
Really? Okay, so if you could travel to one place next week, where would you go?
I would go to Italy. Probably Rome or somewhere where there's pretty beaches and everything. I want to eat pasta there and I want to eat gelato there.
Oh, the gelato is to die for.
Yeah, that's been on my bucket list.
I would recommend Sicily because I think they have the best beaches. But anywhere in Italy, I don't know specifically Rome because I feel like it's kind of in the middle of Italy. You probably have to go somewhere. By assumption, I could be wrong. But Sicily, almost everywhere. Because the Mediterranean Sea borders everywhere of Sicily, so it's like. But I would definitely recommend there.
How was your trip?
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about going back ever since I came back. And my cousins just went on vacation. They live in Italy, and they went on vacation to a resort in Italy. And I'm like, you're rubbing it in even more. Because where they were staying, I don't even remember the name of it, but it's like, they were living their best life. I'm gonna go in July. I'm speaking that into existence. I'm gonna go, and that's that.
Describe how it feels when you're in Italy.
You feel like you are in a place where no one cares about anything negative. That's how I felt. Everyone is there to enjoy themselves, and they value things the way I do, and I think you do. From how you said it, you said when you were in Scranton. You value your friends and your family. They value their families more than anything. They take a break during the day to go home to their families. During their work hours, it's a part of the work. You're supposed to not be there from 1 to 3:30 to go home to your families and then come back. So it's they don't take a half-hour lunch. They go out. I was saying to somebody over the week, their relationships, they don't date to date. They all date to get married. So it's not this is a perfect example. So the last night we went to a bar, and my cousin was she was like, you see the waitress and that guy? I go, yeah. She goes, they're having sex and they're not together. She knew her personally. And I was like,
so?
Yeah,
most people, a lot of people.
So I kind of was like, oh. And she was like, is that normal in America? And I was like, 9 times out of 10, people aren't in a relationship. And she was kind of flabbergasted because that's over there, it's you don't do that unless you're in a relationship or you're about to be married, something like that. So they value relationships and family more than we do, I feel. So being there and that atmosphere, everyone's so welcoming. There are, there's there's the places where there's the homeless people. But I saw one homeless guy the whole time. And when I saw him, he was pooping in the street. I was like, this is nice.
This is nice. Home.
No, but it is amazing. You're in a vacation site. Everyone in the world wants to go to Italy at least once in their life, and they want to take a vacation. The air quality, it's like it's hot over there, but I feel like here it's like humid hot. There it's like just dry heat, maybe is the way to say it. I don't know, but it's just another feeling. Like I've only felt that a few times, and it's only when I'm there. So I just can't wait to go back. I do remember my question I had for you.
Oh, perfect.
So when you would do your news, like when you would do your segments, were they live or were they pre-recorded?
So and this is how it goes for most news things. Most of the time, the story part, when they do, like it has the different pictures and you have people doing interviews. I recorded that day. Edit it that day and send it in, and then I would do live hits. And sometimes I would do the full thing live if it was breaking or something like that. But most of the time it was just live hits because we were a lot smaller station.
How would you feel? Like, see, me personally, knowing that it's live,
I
might get in my own head and I might start overthinking and say something maybe I didn't want to say. And then I'm like, and out loud I'm like, I didn't want to say that.
It was definitely nerve-wracking at first, and I think that I enjoyed. So one time I got to do live a girls basketball game, and it was to support breast cancer. And it was girls high school, but it was so much fun. I got to do live interviews of survivors and things like that, and I loved that. So when it was something that I felt more passionate about, or I was easier to talk about, I felt fine, and I'd be fine doing that live. It was when it was these very serious court cases, murder trials, things like that, and I had to get up there and feel like I memorized it. Where I got really nervous and I feel like I would mess up. But if this was live, I'd be fine.
And I love that. If this was live, I'd be overthinking more than usual. Because like I have an idea of what I wanted to ask you about, but like I don't like study it. I'm like, okay, let's maybe touch this topic and this topic. Speaking of just topics, I feel like we have to do it. So yesterday, Queen Elizabeth passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Did that impact you at all?
No.
Okay.
The only thing that I thought of was, so my sister Jackie, my older sister, was actually in London 3 days ago. So she was away on a trip with her boyfriend for like a week and a half. They went to London, Scotland, and they were worried she was going to pass while they were there because then everything shuts down.
Yeah.
And they were like, is this going to ruin our trip? That's terrible, but it's true. But yeah, no, the Queen, I'm not really, I never watched The Crown or anything, but I feel like that's for the reason most people are upset. But I think that, isn't she more of a figurehead anyway? And also, I don't know. I don't know her personally.
No, I don't know her personally.
I don't know her, so it's like, that's sad, but.
I don't know what she's really done for people to be like, so.
I'm not educated enough in it if she's done, yeah.
Neither am I. I do want to say anything, before I say anything, a fan of the show, Pam, she loves Queen Elizabeth more than anybody I've ever met.
Shout out, Pam.
Yeah. She has a sticker of Queen Elizabeth waving on it's on her passenger side back seat. And it's the whole mirror, or the whole window is her like this. So she loves her. Anyway,
Is Pam from this area?
Pam is from Bristol.
I feel like I might have seen that sticker.
Yeah.
Go Queenie.
So she had her old car. She had the sticker. She bought a new car and she bought a new sticker. Yep. So shout out to Pam. Love you lots. But
yeah,
I didn't feel anything about it. All the memes on Twitter are hilarious. You said you haven't been able to get in your Twitter, but they're all like it'd be like her and she's like, why is it so hot down here? Because people are like, I am under the impression that she wasn't the best gal. Why did Prince Harry and Meghan Markle want to leave so bad?
Yeah,
now he's not even Prince Harry. He's Harry.
Just hair wear.
I think first off, didn't she say what color is the kid gonna be? So you know what I mean.
I heard little floater rumors that she might be a little racist.
Yeah, this is apparently.
But again, I'm not fully educated on the topic.
Yeah, let's make sure we say that.
And
that's shocking to people.
Queen, don't come for me.
She was in charge for 70 years. Okay?
That's crazy. 26. Can you imagine being 26?
No.
And being in charge?
No. Of a whole country? No. Oh, the whole, I guess, United Kingdom, no?
Well, yeah, she's not really in charge.
So
Though.
Britain,
they're more like
England, and...
like I think they're more figureheads for. It's really part of all part of a tourist trap, kind of.
There's a conspiracy theory that I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't really believe in any of them. Of them. I think a lot of them are asinine. Mm-hmm. Like the moon, we went to the moon. 9/11, that was not us. That's how I feel. I think that really was a terrorist attack. We didn't know. Anyway, there's a conspiracy theory that Queen Elizabeth had Princess Diana killed.
I mean, crazier things have happened. Have you seen Scandal? Shonda Rhimes?
No, my mom, I think, watches that.
You should watch it. It's
okay.
Good.
I'm not saying I fully believe in this conspiracy theory, but I'm not even going to put it all on Queen Elizabeth. I think someone in the royal family wanted her to go. R.I.P. to Princess Diana. And I'll stand on that I think someone in the royal family had something to do with that. There's so much, like, I don't want to...
Mischief.
I could turn this whole thing into a whole thing like that, and I don't want to do that. Maybe that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
But...
we'll chat about it another time.
We can. Maybe part 2 when Claudia comes back. Or maybe... Oh, hey, now, I just forgot you're starting your own podcast.
Oh, well, it's for work. It's different.
That's fine.
It's only one a month.
That's
and it's
fine.
Yeah, and it's just like business owners, so being about their business.
And I feel like I've been doing that kind of. Also, I had Miguel's Riverside Barbershop on. I had Rosso's. Shout out to Rosso's. This episode is sponsored by Rosso's. The phone number is 215-295-1311. Again, 215-295-1311. We're available on Grubhub, DoorDash, all that stuff. Everything on this menu is outstanding. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Mr. V.
What's your favorite thing from Rosso's? Favorite food item?
How special, and that is for my seafood lovers. I'll go into if it's not seafood, but it's vodka rigatoni. Well, it's not rigatoni, it's penne. So it's penne vodka with shrimp and crab meat, and it is absolutely divine. I love seafood. Are you a seafood fan?
No, not really. I'm a vegetarian.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm, ooh.
No. Did you ever try going vegan?
No, I've been a vegetarian for like a year and a half now.
And do you feel better?
Yeah, I only really ate chicken before.
You never ate steak?
No, I didn't really like it.
My
Wasn't really into it.
goodness.
But it helped me open up to a new variety of foods. I eat a lot more food varieties now, beans, things like that. So it'll be good. I might go back to not being a vegetarian one day, but for now, this is the vibe we're vibing on.
Okay.
You made me a buffalo chicken wrap before when we were in 8th grade.
I did.
Yeah.
You and Caitlin.
And Caitlin, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Hey, now. I actually remember. Oh, my God. You brought me back.
Yeah, we were doing your homework the night before it was due.
Yeah. I had pulled like that. Shout out to Caitlin. Shout out to you. But I do remember that. My mom was in the laundry room ironing clothes, and I made you and Caitlin and myself buffalo chicken wraps. Mm-hmm. Banging. We were in what? Maybe...
It was probably before 7th grade, or before 8th. It was one of those.
It might have been 7th.
Yeah.
But you 6th or 7th.
Little kids.
Yeah, it was great. We did that. Did we do that dance together in 8th grade? 50s Day?
Yeah, I was
Me,
in
you,
there.
Dina.
Yeah.
Was Caitlin in it too?
Yeah,
Caitlin, maybe Kelly.
Maybe Kelly. I don't remember.
I was the only
exactly.
guy in it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
But that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I remember just like you and Caitlin choreographed the whole thing. Do you remember when Caitlin brought me to the dance academy? It was like bring a guest.
Yes.
That was fun.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's funny.
You know, speaking of just 8th grade memories, every time, this doesn't happen often, but every time an Arctic fox comes to my attention, I think of you, because I had to do a presentation on Arctic fox, and you were like very well versed in the slideshow. Microsoft slideshow. Ooh. And you helped me make it like super official.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember doing that, but you're welcome.
No, and you were like, I didn't even know Arctic foxes existed, and I was like, no, they're awesome.
And I'm like redoing your whole project.
No, I don't even think you. I think you just made the slideshow better. And I appreciate you for that.
Probably. I like that type of stuff.
If you don't like seafood, the chicken tenders and French fries here, phenomenal.
Slamming.
Phenomenal. I don't know why. but they are. He makes his own chicken fingers.
Oh, that's always better.
Yeah, but so like I want to know the recipe.
Yeah.
I do want to know the recipe. Here's a quick question: fried Oreos, bueno or no bueno?
I think they're good.
Oh, I love
Do they do them here?
I do them.
Oh, you do them personally.
Yeah.
You're like sneaking in the bag. Yeah.
They're also available at Vito's Pizza. The number for that is 609-393-2155. That's in Trenton, New Jersey. If you see a man who looks like me with less hair, that is my father. Shout out to Vinny Chens. I love you dearly. But fried Oreos, he sells them there. We used to sell them 25 cents a piece. Way before COVID.
I was going to say
And
prices
now
have
they're
gone up.
$1 each.
Yeah.
People used to just be like, "Oh, let me get 4." You know, $1 for 4 fried Oreos, and they're big. It's like you flatten the dough out, put the Oreo in, you fold it over like a dumpling. It kind of looks like a dumpling. Press it down, put it in the fryer for like 30 seconds max.
That is big
And it's
because you
done.
use the pizza dough.
Yeah.
I've done it before at home where you put it in the pancake mix and then put it in a fryer. But then I burnt myself on the pan. You know?
No. So you take the pizza dough, but you kind of cut it into like a small triangle. But when you flatten that out, it's like a nice size.
A nice
And then you
size.
Fold it over.
Yeah. This is a cooking lesson.
Yeah, you know.
Everyone, snack break.
Buffalo chicken wraps. Fried Oreos.
You know what I actually hate?
Tell me.
That's random. Like, it's fun to think of a few things that you weirdly hate. I hate ASMR. Not like where it's like snapping or like whatever, but when people eat into the microphone. No, not that. That's nice. And I thought of it when you did the pouring into the bubbles. But when you, like, people are eating into the microphone. Oh,
Yeah, that's
like
not. I don't think that's ASMR. I think that's people being like nasty.
it's a different form of it. And I don't want to hear you chew.
When people snap their gum or pop their gum, I hate that.
Pop it, a little
Yeah.
snap. I feel like that's in the same family.
I don't
the
like
same
that.
font.
Would you like another glass?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Wine not.
Why not? We're on vibrations tonight.
You know. So you like this wine though?
Yeah, it tastes really good.
Good. Good. It's not that high in alcohol content.
Whatever.
But it is what it is. You're gonna be just fine to drive home. If you didn't need anything, I'd drive you home.
Oh,
I live in the
always.
same neighborhood, you know.
Always.
And this actually is a nice little segue. So you said you are currently a vegetarian.
Yeah.
And I had it in my head that maybe you were. So I was going to ask you if you were.
Okay.
Because I saw something today at work that I was like, ooh, I'm going to ask Claudia about that. So I have a privilege of always learning something in my job. Am I a big fan of my job? No. But it's very informative, and I learned a lot of fun facts and stuff. So bear with me. I got to put my glasses on for a second because I can't read without them. There was actually two. It's like Jesus knew that I had to. You were coming on the pod today.
Of course. All the signs from the universe.
Yeah, two things came up today about that, like, were relative towards you. So here we go. This is called "You Are What You Eat."
Oh, I'm a cantaloupe.
Do you like honeydew?
Yeah, I like honeydew.
Okay. Do you like watermelon?
Yeah. I had watermelon and honeydew today.
I think watermelon's a little overrated. Isn't that crazy?
You must just be eating bad watermelon. Yeah.
I had watermelon in Italy, banging over there. But
Are you sure?
It's yeah. I liked it over there more than over here, but I just think
Sweet, not fresh.
artificial watermelon is better than real watermelon. It's so crazy.
I don't like that.
When you eat like a candy and it's flavored watermelon, I love that more
I don't
than
really like
actual
that
fruit.
flavor.
I'm just
Whatever.
freedom of
Freedom of choice and taste.
teach his own.
To each his own.
To each his
Yeah.
own. Okay, so let's get back to the problem at hand here. You are what you eat. She's cantaloupe. Says some call it the world's worst recipe, but jellied moose nose is a delicacy in places like Canada and Montana. Homesteaders of the cold northern regions had to survive on whatever they brought home from the hunt. So by golly, if they caught a moose, then they would eat all of it, even the nose. It is traditionally prepared by boiling it with veggies and herbs to create a broth, and then chilling it into a jelly to enjoy cold. With many modern restaurants now serving everything from the nose to the tail, don't be surprised if you find this strange dish at your local restaurant.
In
Ew.
Canada?
And Montana.
And Montana. You want some moose nose, eh?
No, that's a horrible.
That's horrible.
I Googled it.
Does it look gross?
It is his nose. It's literally.
And it comes out looking like the nose
Yes.
shape, like they don't mash it up or slice it. So could you imagine being like, here you go?
And
nose.
it's almost, it covers up almost the whole plate. Think about how big a moose is.
That's kind of gross.
A
From like a
moose-
sustainability aspect, that's amazing that they're using every piece.
Ugh.
But
Yeah, maybe in the 1700s.
But yeah, does it taste good? Like we throw out so much produce at the grocery stores.
Right.
Just eat something else. Like something has to taste better. What about ice cream? How many calories? How many calories are in a moose nose? Let's think about that.
What's the protein?
What about
factor?
pasta? What about pasta? Like you're really like I'm just saying you get full at a certain point, and I love eating food. So you get full at a certain point. I'm not going to fill my stomach up with moose nose. I don't know.
No, I would never. I actually would never eat that. And that's coming from me, who I eat octopus. Octopus is delicious.
That's common though. That's more common.
It's more common than eating a nose of an animal.
You eat squid too. Isn't that calamari squid?
Calamari is baby squid, but at the wedding, I wanted to talk about this last week, and I don't think I did. It was the full plate was the squid, and underneath was the ink.
The ink was still there?
The ink was
Was
there.
the ink the sauce?
I think the ink was mixed with the sauce, but it was black. And you were supposed to cut it and dip it and eat it.
Did you do?
Very tasty.
Oh.
I liked it. My sister doesn't like any seafood, so she didn't like it. But
Yeah.
so coming from someone who eats octopus and squid, I draw the line at a moose nose. And this here relates to your weather days. And this was called Whether or Not, but spelled Weather.
Okay.
So it was. Here we go. During the first half of the 20th century, weather forecasters were discouraged and sometimes even forbidden from mentioning the word tornado. The problem with tornadoes came largely from science's inability to accurately predict them. Officials believed that the mention of a tornado in a forecast would create widespread panic, causing more harm than the storm itself. The first tornado warning in history came in 1948. The meteorologist thought it would end his career.
That's crazy because it's so helpful to know so people can get to shelter.
Yeah.
Especially because even small tornadoes, I never was like the one forecasting the weather, but I would go out to the aftermath of damage. It's crazy even what a small tornado can do to people's homes.
I didn't think we could ever get one where we are.
And last year.
That it destroyed that car dealership, and I was like, "Ooh, this is too close to home," because it was like literally a 20-minute drive from where we live, and I was very nervous.
Yeah. Our weather's been changing a lot around here recently.
Climate change.
Climate change. Yep. Very intense.
Are you worried? Are you genuinely worried about that?
Yes, in the sense that I'm not sure if it'll be rapidly affecting us, and it has been, you can tell, but I think that we'll be dead before it's actually going to be bad, because, how long do we live? But who knows? It might be
live forever. You don't think so?
I don't think I am.
Our voices are going to live forever. You're
on
gonna
the pod, someone can find it, but,
on the pod
am I worried for my possible children? Yeah.
Yes. I think this is going to, the movie 2012? I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but I think when things go wrong, it's going to happen like how it did in that movie. And I think that is going to happen before we are old enough to die peacefully. That's how I feel. I think
Honestly, I think I'm just trying to not remember it in that sense.
Yeah, I think when we're like maybe 60, maybe close to 70, things are going to go real bad. But at that point, it's like, hey, man, we lived a nice long life. Remember when the pandemic hit and we were struggling? No, so I am a little fearful of that. But you just got to push it to the side, so. But okay, and then there's one more thing I saw. This is just funny. I wanted to say this when we were talking about the Queen, but it said, before you make any jokes, please think about her family. The one who cheated on his wife, the other who cheated on his wife, the pedophile, and whoever asked what color her grandkid was going to be. Oh, shit. So yeah, I guess rest in peace to Queen Elizabeth. Thanks for your service, 96 years old. But more importantly, rest in peace to Princess Diana. Okay, and I think we should end here with the riddle.
Oh, a riddle?
Oh, this is a segment of the show that we love.
Yeah.
We call it Riddles with Vito. It has nothing to do with your intelligence. It really doesn't.
Okay.
It's always a play on words.
It's okay. Even if I got it wrong, I can be dumb. That's fine. I come off as very oblivious.
No, you don't. Who told you that? Whoever told her that, I'm mad at you. But no one has sat next to me and got one right.
Okay.
So there's no pressure.
Where do you find these? The internet? The paper?
So some of them are at work.
Is that in the paper?
No, we have a book where it's called Humorama, and there's a lot of funny puns. There's limericks that are funny, so stuff like that. But there is a riddle section. Some of them are really good. Some of them are kind of easy. And then if you Google some, like, the obvious ones come up. But then if you really go to that, like, 63rd page of this website, that's where you find the good ones. But this one's a good one. You ready?
Yeah.
Again, riddles with Vito. What do you call a woman who has 3 boyfriends named Bill?
A woman that has 3 boyfriends named Bill.
What do you call a woman who has 3 boyfriends named Bill? What do you call a woman?
A woman
who has 3 boyfriends named Bill?
I mean, she's in like a multiple person relationship. Happy.
Hashtag America.
Hashtag is she satisfied though? That's the question.
Claudia
Which Bill is satisfying her needs? Does she call them all by Bill? Is it Bill, William, and Will? Are their names William, or are they just Govey Bill? That's the real question. No, I have no idea.
Claudia asked the important questions here on this show.
Is she satisfied? Okay. Yeah, what is it? I have no idea. I was trying to think like a $15 bill. I was like, I don't know.
Ooh, see, you're
close?
No, you're not. But it's like, I like seeing how people's brains operate, like in that. You said 50, I see what you did there, but I'm going to.
Like 3 if they're each 5.
Yeah, exactly.
$3 bill.
You're. Yeah. So what do you call a woman who has 3 boyfriends named Bill? A bill collector.
Oh! I didn't even think of that.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Because there really are people that just, they go and collect bills.
And she collects bills too.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, multiple.
She kisses these ones.
Do you think she'd have another bill, or do you think it's just these 3?
She might be looking for another bill.
Yeah, that's going to satisfy a different need.
Right. At this moment in time, though, I don't know any bills to refer her to,
Yeah.
Do you know a bill?
No.
Now that I'm thinking about it, the only bill I know is, do you remember our friend Ryan? His dad is named Bill.
I did not know that. There was a Bill that used to work at my work, but that's it. I don't know.
Oh, man. This is great. I feel like we could be continuing to talk and not.
I'll come back.
No, you will. Yeah. We both share that in common, the gift of gab. How do you feel about awkward silence, or just silence in general? Do you feel like it's
No, I think so. A lot of people think that I'm the type of person, and once people get to know me a little more, if you're around me a lot, when I'm quiet, and I started to just call it, I'm just vibing. Like sometimes I just like to listen or whatever, but I love to chat. So if I'm sitting there quiet, some people think that that's because I'm upset. No, I'm fine with listening.
My family thinks that. Like some days, like maybe I just don't want to say something. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like,
nothing.
Like, you're making it worse.
Yeah. You're making it worse. No,
leave me
nothing.
alone.
Just talking.
No, I have a problem with silence. Like sometimes,
really, yeah.
Like let's say there's 4 of us hanging out and no one said anything.
You're gonna.
I'm like, I gotta bring it back here, because if I don't, I'm like, what are they thinking? Are they thinking I'm annoying? And then I think that's a problem that I have. I think I'm annoying sometimes to other people. I don't think I'm ever annoying.
Yeah.
But when I'm like, ooh, I am the only reason this conversation's going, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm annoying to some people sometimes. Because a lot of times I don't really think before, like, and it's never, I don't usually say things I think that are like bad or offensive.
Yeah.
But the random things that just come out of my mouth because it's the first thought. Some people are like, where did that come from? I'm like, well.
You gotta read the room.
Yeah. I'm like,
2020 has taught me read the room. And a very useful thing it taught me, but, read the room. But so, yeah, another thing we share in common, just, you're never annoying to me, okay? So just know that. Facts. So, I appreciate you for coming on. It truly was, this was a fun time. A local celebrity has joined me. I'm honored. Visit Bucks County, PA.
Visit Bucks. It's Visit Bucks, PA.
Visit Bucks, PA.
You can look it up. It's the tourism department.
On Instagram specifically, or every
social. So Instagram, Twitter.
Nice.
Facebook might be a little different. TikTok is definitely the same. That's the one that I run fully. And then LinkedIn. We're on LinkedIn.
Nice.
Getting those business connects.
So make sure you go check that out, seriously, because Claudia is great, and maybe you can discover a new place you didn't know about.
You can visit Bucks County with me.
Yes.
Feature.
Yes. So stay tuned. Oh, do you want to plug your personal Instagram? You don't.
It's Claudia Murtha _ That's it. I don't really post that much. I need to get back into that.
I don't think you do, but it's just like, you might catch in a couple more followers. So that's all.
Yeah, Claudia Murtha _
But so stay up to date, because then you can see the Visit Bucks PA and see what's going on. Maybe you could catch something new with your family or your significant other, But I just want to say thank you one more time.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to everybody who listens or watches. If you're on Apple or Spotify, I appreciate you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Vibrations with Vito, episode 26. We will be back next week. That's what we do. This is a weekly podcast, unless I'm in a different country. But that's not going to happen for a while. So thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Ciao for now.
Bye, thanks.